listening to Average Joe's Chess, a chess podcast made by average chess players, but exceptional lovers.
We're gonna make love to you. Average Joe's Chess. We're gonna make love to you. Average Joe's Chess.
So essentially you took a photo of me holding my niece and then someone zoomed in on my eyeballs and I looked like I'd just done a whole bloody rock of coke or something. I looked mortified.
I don't know what you'd been doing, but yeah, massive eyeballs. They're the only balls you've got that are massive from what I understand. And we're on episode 14.
I mean, yeah, in terms of the size of my balls, which isn't how I thought we'd start this podcast, but since that ice bath challenge that we did last week, I can report back that they're like a couple of chickpeas, a couple of soggy chickpeas.
You put me off chickpeas, Jofers.
I'm craving chickpeas, weirdly.
Seriously.
But yeah, we'll save the recap of the challenge. We've even got like a little voice note as well, haven't we, that we can go into. So we'll save that for a little bit for now.
That should be fun.
But what have we got in store for today, Al?
What have we got in store, Jofers? We're going to do what we usually do, which is we talk about our week, talk about our chess week. We're going to have a look at maybe what's been going on in the world of chess this week. And I've got a little quiz prepared for you on Ding Liren.
On what, sorry?
On Ding Liren.
Ding Liren?
Yeah.
What's that?
You know, the world chess champion.
Ding Liren?
Well, I'm actually using the proper Mandarin pronunciation. I watched a YouTube video. When I say proper,
check you out.
When I say proper, I mean it's not really proper, is it? It's me doing it, so it's probably completely out. But apparently, yes. I thought, is it Ding Liren, Ding Liren? Apparently, somebody asks him, "How do you say your name?" Is it Ding Liren? And he looks a bit confused for a minute, and then nods and says Ding Liren. So, yeah.
Brilliant stuff. So shout out to all the Chinese listeners that we don't have. They'll be loving this.
Oh yeah. And you've failed the first question, Joe, for that's 1-0 Al, by not knowing who I was talking about. You didn't know who I was talking about, did you?
Bollocks. I didn't even know the quiz had started, but yeah, start as you mean to go on. 1-0 down.
And then, that's it. And then we're going to talk about what we've been exceptionally loving. Then we're going to bugger off and I'm going to go and eat some focaccia. What about you?
I'm down for some focaccia. I mean, you're only, a couple 100 miles away or so, but I reckon
Something
I can make
like
it down
that.
for some focaccia.
I reckon you won't have a chance. It'll all be gone.
Talk me through the focaccia process. How's it looking?
It's looking good. It's just rising at the moment. The family's going to stretch it out, oil it, dimple it, and cook it. And I'm going to go and eat it. Looks good. Joe, first,
I love that.
What's your week been like? And I'm asking you this, knowing that I spent most of that week with you.
Yeah, it's been shite. I've hated it. I just had all these annoying family members that just wouldn't leave me alone. They were invading my personal space. I'm shattered, if I'm honest. It's But other than that, it's been lovely. How about yourself? No, I've loved it. Honestly, like, family time for me, genuinely, not just saying this because you've got a gun to my head, but it is my favourite time. We played a lot of chess as well, so my week has been a very chessy week.
Didn't we?
We did. We had a nice little interview, which will be coming out next Sunday, which we'll go into in a little bit as well. I don't want to jump the gun, but it was a good week, man. I've loved it.
Yeah, it was a good week, wasn't it? Apart from all that time we spent together, that was a good week. We've done some babysitting. I mean, what's all that about?
And how did that go?
Went all right for me. I mean, when I was chasing you around the kitchen as I had baby sick on my arm, you weren't too happy, if I recall.
It was like one of those... I think we talked about it in the interview which will be coming out, so I'm sorry if we go over it again. But it was one of those movie moments where these two idiots having to house sit for someone and just everything is going wrong. They're breaking the whole house. The house is on fire. We had my sister-in-law's titty milk steamer. I don't know what the correct term is. Maybe one of the women out there can clear it up. But something to do with titty milk and it was shooting out steam and milk and water, and that was just going off left, right and centre. We had to somehow pull that out of the wall, and we added a few items to the... added a few chess-themed items to the shopping list.
Don't tell them.
I won't say anything.
No, your brother Luca listens to this. Let him discover all the booby traps that we set up.
Lovely pun.
But yeah, it was a good week, wasn't it? We did all
It was
sorts.
a beautiful week. I
was gonna.
I was just going to say, we usually recap about our chess week, and this time we can kind of just actually review what happened, because our chess week was just against each other. We played chess against each other pretty much all day, every day.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. Actually, yeah, we can. I mean, we played a lot of over-the-board chess, didn't we?
And I'm starting to realise now that over-the-board chess is only good if you're not playing against someone who has various stomach issues. You was burping in my face like, just after every move, man. It was repulsive. I get you was bloated and you'd eaten a lot of soup and a lot of bread, which I had made for you, which I blundered myself. It was some kind of wheat gambit or something, and you just got very gassy, very windy. And genuinely, he was turning my stomach. It got to the point where I was just sacrificing my pieces just to finish the game early.
I thought you were enjoying it. You looked like you were enjoying it.
My enjoyment face is very similar to my throwing up face, which is why...
Is it?
Yeah, it's not a great look in the bedroom.
Is that why you're... I was about to say you're misunderstood in the bedroom, aren't you?
Yeah, very misunderstood.
Oh, Joe, you're loving that.
But no, I was really loving the over-the-board chess. It was it was good fun. We even played a different variant, didn't we? You taught me backwards chess.
Mm-hmm. That was great fun, wasn't it? Where you're not allowed to... I got it off Mood. What's it called? Chessmood.com.
Chessmood, yeah.
And that's the one where you can't move any pieces backwards, which just leads to some interesting tactical moves, and the fact that you can just checkmate you for on the back rank quite easily.
Yeah, it doesn't sound that special when you say it, but genuinely, anyone listening who does like chess, you need to try it, because it just felt like a completely brand new game. It was so clever. It was you have to read the board differently. You end up losing when you think you're about to checkmate, but the second your pieces kind of move up the board, they're gone. They ain't coming back. It's it's an interesting game.
But obviously, if you are going to check it out, you need to play it against somebody else who's also playing the same. You can't just not move backwards. That'd be one of our challenges, really, wouldn't it?
Yeah, give them a heads up that that's what you're doing. You don't want to be just losing the game. And but honestly, yeah, they need to try it, man. It's a good game.
I mean, in terms of how much I enjoyed it, I had a lot more chance of beating you at that game. So that was good.
You say that, but even in the regular over-the-board games, you were smashing me left, right, and centre.
You rephrase that.
Sorry.
I was not smashing you, Joe. I was not smashing you at all. You're my nephew. It's wrong. I will not smash you. But I was... we were quite evenly matched at times. I think when I wasn't belching in your face, you had a bit of an upper hand. But when I started doing... I was doing the yak attack. The yak attack you weren't keen on.
Honestly, yeah, you had me up against the wall, and you was just giving it to me. Honestly, it was a tough game. It was hard.
Yeah. No, I did enjoy that, but I mean, I haven't played. I would say over the board chess. I probably haven't played since the 80s.
I mean, that's bollocks, because I played you a couple of years ago. I learnt over the board.
All right, I haven't played over the board chess since about the 2020s something. But properly, as a kid, that's what we played, over the board chess all the time. No time controls like me and you play. In fact, when it comes to time controls, didn't we have one where we said we haven't got long, we'll play bullet? And I made all my moves fast, but I noticed every time you made a move, or you were faced with a tricky situation, it took you maybe 30, 40 seconds to make a move.
Yeah, it's because I was heaving in the bathroom after you burping in my face after every single move. Like, it's not like I was calculating. I was just calculating how not to throw up down my top.
Oh, Joe. And you know this on the board chess, because it's weird, isn't it, when you're used to looking at the board in your hand and then you've got this big board to play on. It is quite good, but going back to chess in your hand, how's your like chess.com, your computer chess going?
It's been... I'm not going to lie, I haven't played too much chess outside of playing you this week, but when I have played, I've realised I don't enjoy it as much. I like the social side of chess, which will bring me on to the challenge I've got for you later. I won't say too much more.
Can I just say, is that because of me? Is it like social side because of me? I don't think it'd be the same if you cheated on me with anyone else. I mean, anyone else smashing you and everything else you said against
wouldn't
the
be the
wall,
same.
all of it wouldn't be the same, would it? They don't know
No,
your
like-
pain and pleasure face like I do, your vomit pleasure face. They don't know it.
It's very true. Now, I like the social side of playing against you because it also feels like care work. It feels like it's I don't know how to put it. I feel like I'm doing some kind of charity work. It's a really good feeling. It's very rewarding.
You know, chess.com, if you're listening, what about like being able to play but also have video? So you could see the person you're playing. I know it could get a bit weird. It would be a weird thing. But if they could maybe organise that and you're consenting and you want to do it, then, you know, you could smash somebody over your phone instead of over the board.
Virtual smash. Yeah, I think that's a good idea. Get onto chess.com. How's your online chess week been now? Fill me in.
Yeah, it's been pretty shit. I think I've lost about 100 rating points. Been playing mainly Blitz. Lost about 100 or so points. I was closing in on that 1003 and now I'm 1001 something. It keeps going up and down, but mainly down. I actually don't know why. I mean, I'm playing the same openings. I'm doing the same moves. And really, I'm playing crapper opponents because they're lower rated as my rating's dropping. So I actually don't know what's going on. It could be the usual not playing at the right times, not focusing. But I've got no idea. But I'm still enjoying it.
It could also be the fact that you've been staying at your parents' house and my grandparents' house and there's been a massive wasp's nest in your room. It can't be the ideal playing condition.
I don't know, it makes you play faster when you're hearing those wasps scratching above your head and stuff. I actually didn't play much on the nights when I was back there. But yeah, I guess, I don't know, I've played a few games today, enjoyed them today. One of the games, well, three games that I played towards the end are to do with your challenge, actually.
Okay.
And I enjoyed them and I won them. So I think you're going to enjoy your challenge. The other thing I was going to say, so while I was in Birmingham, we interviewed National Master Jesse Cohen, didn't we? Which was bloody great, wasn't it? What a great time, what a great guy. Did you like coming away from that? And we're going to play that next week, aren't we? Mainly because actually you're not committed to the podcast. So you're going away. Oh, I'm going to be camping now. I'm going to be in Cornwall surfing. I can't make the time to do the podcast. Me, middle of nowhere a few weeks back, sitting in a Tesco car park for a couple of hours, recording it, struggling to upload it. We just use a pre-recorded episode, Al.
I ain't being funny, but you have the luxury of recording in a car. I can't record on the bloody megabus with like 50 people surrounding me. It's just not going to happen.
I think, you know what, if you could get those 50 people, so I'm recording a chess podcast, I want you all involved, get some games going on the megabus, walk around with your mic, interviewing people as they're playing, setting them challenges. I think that could be quite boring listening as well.
Al, if you've ever been on a megabus through Birmingham, they ain't the type of people you want to be interviewing.
Nah, I can't say I've had that pleasure really. So yeah, I mean, we're gonna play the interview next week, which is a great interview anyway. I mean,
I loved it.
There's a lot to be learnt from that in terms of improving your chess. Hope for average Joes like us too, and even advice on how to make money from chess. Really, so I think
had everything. Genuinely, similar to the one with National Master Robert Ramirez, it had the funny side, like we were having a good laugh, but genuinely I came away just feeling like, I don't know, more motivated to play chess. I felt like I knew more about chess. I felt like I had more chance of actually kind of improving my rating. Just very motivated right now.
You were
ready to go.
buzzing after that. We were sat next to each other, weren't we? And yeah, I had to run away from you. I was worried you'd start smashing me in the garden. It was, oh God, you were such a high. You were like a little girl squealing away. You were buzzing, weren't you?
I mean, do you want to say what happened before the podcast, before the interview?
Trying to think what happened. Oh yeah, so we were tired, weren't we? Both of us, low energy. We'd done that emergency babysitting service. It was a hot day. Went in that lodge of yours to do the recording. It's like a bloody sauna. Mid-30s, I think. We took the temperature out, so it was really hot. And so let's wake each other up. So we went outside into the garden. from my Krav Maga days, I brought what we call a melon, which is a medicine-sized ball filled with material. It's a heavy ball that you punch,
Ooh,
and we
very
decided
heavy.
to just throw it at each other. So we were throwing that backward and forward, and then we said, one of us said, why don't we shut our eyes? This is the first part of the stupidness that we did. One of us said, shut our eyes, throw it hard at the other. No, we didn't throw it hard. Throw it at the other person. And as you throw, say throw, they have to open their eyes while it's in the air, make a reaction catch. And so I threw it to you. You executed your catch perfectly. You threw it to me. I forgot about the eye-opening bit. I just reached my hands out and it smacked me in the head really hard. Instant headache. And then we went from that to throwing that ball, that melon, as hard as we could at each other.
And it pushes you back when you catch it. That's how heavy it is, and it genuinely pushes you back a few paces.
Oh, it throws you back. So we decided not to catch it, but just to let it hit us full on in the body. Try not to aim for the face, but mainly the torso. Except you didn't go for the face or the torso when you hit me. What happened, Jofers?
I went for something a little further south. Pinpoint accuracy is like finding a needle in a haystack. It was, but I somehow managed to find a bit of a pressure point on you, and I threw it with some force, and you kind of laughed and fell to the ground, all in one. But what actually happened to your inside? Something happened.
Yeah, let's move on now. I think nobody needs to know what happened to my pants at that point.
Essentially, you had to go and use the bathroom. Someone was in there, and they said, "How long are you going to be out?" And you was like, "I don't think it'll be very long. I think I've already started." And the full force of it.
I can picture it now. It doubled me over and sent me back a couple of inches, 2-3 inches, and yeah. But anyway, that woke me up. Actually, you know what I've realised now? We've just discussed that in that interview. You said that interview had everything. The interview with Jesse Cohen, it had everything. You know what it didn't have? It didn't have Al. I just sat there in silence for most of it. You did all the talking. Jesse did all the talking. I did the odd and that was about it from me. And I realised now it's because...
I think you was just focusing on trying not to shit yourself again.
I was concussed. I didn't want to shit myself. I was trying to find my bollocks somewhere in my abdomen. I was just in a daze. I think you did it on purpose, you limelight hogger, you Joffrey.
I just wanted some Jesse action, just some Jesse time to myself. I didn't want you stepping in, getting involved like you always do.
Yeah, got that impression, and you got it. And I've got to say, you handled it brilliantly.
Thank you. It was just natural, though. It's when you just click with someone and you just have a laugh, and you forget that you're kind of recording a podcast, and it's genuinely just a nice guy who knows his stuff about chess. And same with Robert, just a really good energy, really kind of good approach to life. Yeah, cool guy.
I think people are going to get a lot out of that. Chess people,
100%.
at least, will get a lot out of that next episode. But yeah, so that massive bit of conversation there was just leading up to, has it motivated you? Have you thought, I focus on, because again, he was one saying focus on your tactics, have you been doing that sort of thing? Have you actually done chess study this week rather than just losing to me?
You know what? Yeah, I won't lie to you. So I have been proper busy, so I haven't had the chance to really kind of apply myself to chess or play too many games or too much studying. But the thing that has changed is my mental approach to chess. I feel like I have got that. How can I put it? I've got that motivation again. I've got that kind of aspiration to try and become a master, and or even not even become a master, just to improve and be better than I already am, and kind of just go a little bit further in chess. I'm excited, man. I'm like a little boy again. I feel good.
Ah, wicked. That's good to hear, Joe.
How about yourself?
Did I take anything away from it? Yeah. Definitely not going to get hit in the bollocks, shit myself, and all the other stuff before playing chess. I don't think that's going to help. But you could motivate me by threatening me with that. I've done a lot more tactics and practicing my end games and stuff like that, and I've been enjoying it to the point where I've had to actually change and play a game. Normally I'm playing a game and think, I'll do some tactics. It's been the other way. I've actually been enjoying the tactics quite a lot.
And you know what I've found as well? I don't know if it's the same for you, but when you have a chess lesson from Jesse, like we did the other day, it kind of changes how you approach other things. So I played tennis yesterday, and genuinely I played tennis like a chess grandmaster. I was fucking shit. I couldn't hit the fucking thing. I think I've just got such a chess head now. I used to be good at tennis yesterday. I just couldn't hit the thing. It was so annoying.
Really?
Yeah, it was frustrating. But it is what it is.
It is what it is, and I like it. I apply it to everything. So when I play you at badminton next time, apply it to that. That's all I'm going to say. Play badminton like a chess grandmaster. I like it.
Exactly. But no, I know what you mean.
Shall we talk challenge?
Let's do it, man.
Shall we move on? So, I mean, this week was great because I had the privilege, the honour of being in Birmingham with you whilst you did your challenge. And,
I don't think anyone's ever referred to being in Birmingham as a privilege or an honour.
Well, it was. It was a genuine privilege and honour to watch you shrink your testicles in your chess challenge. What did I challenge you to, as well as other than shrinking your nadgers? What else did I challenge you to? Do you want to recap?
Yeah, so I think due to a lack of creativity on your part, you couldn't think of a challenge to do. So you just sent me the exact same challenge that I had set you about 4 months back, which was to play some bullet chess, but within the comfort of an ice bath. And for anyone who hasn't had an ice bath, there is no comfort out. Although there weirdly is. After the first 30 seconds of just wanting to kill myself and just end the podcast, I weirdly enjoyed it. I don't know about you, but you kind of push past a certain barrier within the ice bath, which it's a horrible barrier and it's hard to get over, but you start to enjoy it. You don't enjoy it. You go into hypothermia and you can't feel it as painful as you did when you first got in. It's I just went numb to it all, but I weirdly did enjoy it. It's like a pain and pleasure all rolled up into one. It was lovely.
I just want to check, did it warm up whilst you were pissing in it, or...
Weirdly...
Do you think...
You thought I was being a bit of a wuss by wetting myself, but genuinely, it was a tactical plan, and it did warm up. The worst bit was, so you went in there first, didn't you? Just to because you enjoy them. You're a bit sick in the head. So you was in there for about 2-3 minutes, and then you tried to get me in there, and after about 3 minutes, I finally got in. And you was just being a bit vile. You was getting in my face saying, "Oh, you're a pussy, this and that," just kind of winding me up, like, "Oh, look at him."
Was that when you were already in, or beforehand?
Beforehand, when I was trying to get in. So I'd gone in up to my knees. So up to my knees, which about, I don't know, half a centimetre away from where my penis ends. And I finally managed to just plunge myself in, and it was hard. It was very hard, and you was taking the piss out of me. And I think to get back at you, at one point, I got some of the water in my mouth, spat it out at you, thinking, that will show him. And then I realised that you'd been in there before, and that I just kind of inhaled quite a lot of your sweaty juices, and that just made it even worse for me, if I'm honest.
Not just my sweaty juices. Hold on, not just my sweaty juices. I hadn't showered that day either.
It tasted
and
like
had the Jesse incident with the medicine ball thing happen before, or it was after that, wasn't it? You don't need to worry about it.
I don't want to think about it, but
can I just add to this though? Can I just add to this? You know, when people get in an ice bath, they're normally in a pair of shorts or naked. Obviously, we didn't want you to be naked. What were you wearing? Just out of interest, why don't you tell everyone?
I was wearing swimming trunks and a t-shirt. I don't see what the problem is.
And a t-shirt.
I don't see what the problem is. Why is my uncle trying to get me naked in my garden, trying to tug at my t-shirt to get it off?
Come on, you know why. You were talking all week in the last episode about your bloody gigantic nipple. And for some reason, you just didn't want to let it out in that ice bath. But I don't know, I think you need to go topless. And you even know it yourself, because midway through the whole experience, you're like, take my t-shirt off. Go on, Al, take my t-shirt off. And I was trying to rip your t-shirt up.
It would not come off.
Very successful. It wouldn't come off, would it? I think
it was just pinned to my nipples. There was no getting that off. World's Strongest Man couldn't have prided that t-shirt off. Nah, it was tough.
But you enjoyed the experience. I mean, you were in
not
there
only did I enjoy it, but when I came, I was in 7 minutes actually. And not only
a minute of that was you bitching at the start. That was a minute of that, and we've got video evidence and sound evidence, which we can play after. Maybe not the video, but the sound.
We could we could ask our editor, which is also me, to maybe edit in a little sample of the audio now and maybe play the full thing at the end, something like that.
Oh, that'd be good.
Joe, let me just ask you a question. You're wearing shorts.
Oh, it's getting colder.
You haven't got in yet. Was there a wet patch on your shorts? Have you weed yourself?
I'm very excited to be doing this challenge.
Oh, he's putting a foot in. Oh, he's dipped a toe.
Oh, that is cold.
He's
I'm
up to
dribbling.
up to the knee on one leg. Both legs are in.
Oh, that is horrible.
You're enjoying it though, aren't you?
How long's it been? I think I've been in longer than you now, haven't
I
I?
think you have, yeah. Are you playing with an increment?
Yeah. Oh, you're going to make it longer. Oh, I didn't think of that. That's a very good point, Al.
This guy, he's still got a minute left, so he's potentially got 2 minutes if you can't hurry up and get a checkmate. Go on, Joe, first. You got
It was about 7 minutes of me just
Yeah.
crying and whimpering. It wasn't good, but
Yeah.
in terms of the actual chess, so you challenged me to play some bullet chess. I won. I checkmated the guy.
You did. You did.
But-
It was actually not bad to watch.
Exactly. What I will say is, because of all the horrible punishments you put me through and the different challenges over the weeks, it's knocked my rating down to about 200. So it wasn't the hardest game to win, if I'm honest. so I don't mind too much.
Yeah, but I think you enjoyed the bath, didn't you? I think you'd do another one, wouldn't you, at some point?
Just a general bath or an ice bath. I'd like to have a bath at some point.
Have a bath at some point, and an ice bath, maybe.
Maybe. I mean, let's work on the bath and just do the general hygiene first. And
Yeah.
then once I've accomplished that, make it a bit of an ice
Get
bath.
yourself clean. Once you're a bit cleaner,
Yeah.
get back in, and yeah, okay. That's. I mean, I was there. I witnessed it. It was good to see you do the challenge. You totally embraced it. You played chess. There was some logistical issues with not trying not to get your phone wet, trying to rip your t-shirt off, trying to stop you pissing and spitting in the water and all that. But it was really good. Oh, it was good.
I did
And then
spit
when
in
you
the
got
water. I
out,
don't know where that came from.
I get out and I'm like, I like to dry off, air dry. Where's
Yeah.
my dressing gown? You have to have your dressing gown on. Your mum was there looking after you.
I know.
Jofers.
Oh,
You
it
did
was a
it in
good
style.
time.
Nah, you did
know.
it well. I was impressed with the what was it? 5 minutes, 4 minutes, whatever
7
you were
minutes.
in there
Thank
for. Yeah, that was good. So yeah, well done, Jofers. I've got a nice
Thank
challenge
you.
for you this week, which I'll go over after, which is actually based on this week's challenge that you've just
All right.
completed. So
Hit me up.
Yeah. Yeah, you don't want to hear about my challenge? You're just not interested in how I got on with the challenge you set me?
Did you do it?
Of course I did it. I did it without you because you wimped out. You didn't want to do it, did you?
It wasn't my bastard challenge.
Oh, I've got you live on air saying something along the lines of, you know what, I'll join you for that one out. I'll play bullet chess with you while we both eat hot chili peppers. But you
You
didn't.
know what? With all the AI deepfakes and stuff, there's no way of proving that was actually me saying those words.
You know what, I never thought, especially with the guy that edits it and how sort of close you are
Exactly.
to him and all of that.
And
Yeah.
exactly. So how did your challenge go?
It was good. I mean, I didn't go for the... Well, actually, I came back from Birmingham with some... There were only cayenne peppers, which are hot. And it's all relative, isn't it? It's what you're used to. And cayenne is my sort of upper tolerance level at the moment. They were fresh. They were red, nice crunchy cayennes. So I just held the pepper in one hand and nibbled my way through it whilst playing a couple of games of bullet. Yeah, it was all right. What can I say? My mouth was really hot. I wanted to drink. It's a bit hard to focus. I'm not going to make a habit of doing it, but I like chilies. No. It's almost like the ice bath one. Chilies and ice bath are very similar, aren't they? It's like you don't want to do it. You don't want that pain, but you buzz afterwards.
Every time I think I found a punishment that might hurt you or it might even cause you a bit of discomfort. It sounds like you're really into it. The ice bath, you love the pain of it. The chilies, you love the pain of it. I reckon next week I could get someone to tase you in the nads and you'd still be like, you know what? Weirdly, I quite enjoyed the tingle. It was all right.
I think I've just got a positive outlook on these things, that's all. I don't look at them in a negative way. It's in a developmental sort of way, increasing my tolerance to the shit challenges or shit of the challenge that is thrown my way. I mean, the ice bath one inspired me to buy my own ice bath, so that was good. Chili one, well, I'm growing chilies. True. Taser one, I would love to buy a taser and come and taser you, but I think it's illegal in the UK. But I do know a couple of police officers. Maybe I could get them around your house, get them to taser you or something, if you're up for it.
I'm into it. Let's do it. Let's move on to next week's challenges anyway. What you got for me?
Okay then, so let me just get my notes here. I've made a few notes on this. They're last week's notes. Bloody hell, what have I done with my notes, Joe? First? Here are my notes. Okay, I got them. So, what is the third biggest land mammal? Do you know? It's a quiz for you.
I was going to say your mama, but then I realised that's my grandma, so that's just not very nice. But my instinct is always to go for the person's mother. But in this case, I wouldn't say that because
Nah, you can't say that.
The third biggest land mammal.
It's also its closest relatives are whales and dolphins.
Whales and dolphins, but it's a land mammal.
It weighs 1.5 tons and can run short distances at 19 miles an hour.
I'm going to say, so it's not the elephant, I think that's the biggest. I'm going to say like a alligator or a crocodile.
Nah, it's dangerous, it's aggressive, it's unpredictable. An interesting fact...
I just realized alligators and crocodiles aren't even bloody mammals, are they? I just realised.
I wasn't going to pick you up on that one, I was just going to let that one go, but yeah.
Like an ape or
Here's an
something.
interesting fact. Interesting fact here. When it shits, it does something called muck spreading, but they don't know why it does it. It basically
Isn't that what you
whizzes
did when
its-
I threw that thing into your gut?
Makes it even more relevant. It basically whizzes its tail round and round as shit comes out, and then like spreads its shit everywhere. Any
My kind of
advances?
mammal.
All right. Well, the
I'm gonna
biggest
say-
mammal is the elephant.
Yep.
It's not that.
Um,
Second one is rhino.
Okay, so slightly smaller than a rhino. Is it like an African type thing?
It is. It's a hippo, Joe. First, I'm going to help you out so that people
Is it a
don't lose
hippo,
interest. It's a hippo. The other similarities to you, I was thinking, it does something called the wheeze honk, and basically it's a high-pitched squeal it makes, which is what you did in the ice bath.
Yep.
Followed by a deep honk, although I'm not sure if I heard the deep honk. Also, like you, mating and birth both occur inside water, underwater. And I'm sure
lovely.
you got up to all sorts. You did mate, because you checkmated the guy while you were in water.
There you go.
And you probably gave birth. I don't know. I didn't get in that water afterwards. I didn't look what was it. So all of this long bit of bollocks we've just been going on about Liz, your challenge, which is the hippo opening. Are you familiar with it?
I'm not.
Okay. So in chess, the hippo opening, because I know you're familiar with a hippo's opening. I know you're into all of that stuff. But
I'm
in
a bit of a
chess,
connoisseur.
you are. In chess, it's an opening that John Crittenden Thompson of Newcastle came up with. It was an unusual opening, and he originally called it the Chinese opening, but then he changed it to the hippopotamus opening, because he felt like the structure after it's completed looks like a hippo lying down. So I've stared at this myself for a while. I just cannot see that hippo. But I've played it today. 3 games for black.
Okay.
It's going to be my new opening for the time being. I'm really enjoying it. So for you, it's a nice chessy opening. It's just I know you play with black the Scandinavian a lot.
Yeah.
Add the hippopotamus to your
And the hippo
repertoire.
is a native of Scandinavia, if I'm not mistaken.
You are mistaken. Exactly wrong.
Exactly.
I like it.
Yeah.
So if you add that to your opening repertoire, it's fun.
Yeah.
I tell you what, I was.
Let's
I
do
was
it, man.
playing
Thank you for that.
I was. What I find is the opponents get confused. They don't know what to do when you're playing it, because it's a bit unusual and it's actually quite powerful. It's quite a nice opening. Had a good game. Give it a shot, Joe Fizz. There's loads of videos on it. Simon Williams does some good ones. There's one guy analyses a Simon Williams Ginger GM game where he plays this opening. You learn it. You've got 2 weeks, because you're not up for recording a podcast next week, because I'm in Cornwall. So yeah, you'll be in Cornwall, Joe Fizz, not recording the podcast, surfing, doing whatever it is you're doing down in Cornwall. But you can practice the hippo while you're down there, can't you?
Let's do it. No, I'm really excited for that. I do need some new openings, like you said. And so you know how I was saying about the social side of Over the Board Chess and how I enjoyed it. Your one is just a bit of a plain one. It's a bit of a boring one, but I think it could make for some funny stories. But I also think it'll be good for you. All I want you to do is to go and seek out your local chess club and just play a few games in person with some local chess goers.
Really? Do you know, you're still there, Joe? It's the town that I live in. You really want me to go and mingle with people in the chess club?
Yeah, what's wrong with that?
I'll do it. But do you know what? I did Krav Maga for a few years and other self-defense things. Quite happily go there, know I'm going to be punched about and getting a bit of pain while I'm doing it and so on, and get worn out physically. I didn't mind doing that. Actually, the thought of going to a chess club fills me with dread.
Just go with the same approach. Go in there, throw a few punches. You'll love it.
Top dog. Just go in there, beat the shit out of people. Right, who wants to play me? Come on! That sort of thing.
I think they will love that energy, Al, honestly. I
I'm
think
just
you're
going
going
to
to have
get
a blast.
tasered, aren't I?
Maybe.
You know
But
what?
yeah,
I
just come
like.
back and
I
report
really
back
like
with how
this
it goes.
challenge. You're pushing me out my comfort zone. I have been thinking about doing it, but I've just been putting it off.
There you go.
So
You got no
I've got
excuses now.
2
You got to do
weeks.
it.
I've got 2 weeks to come up with some excuses. I like it. Thank you, Joffers.
You got this.
Cool. All right, let's move this forward. Let's keep going. Should we? Do you want to take a chess quiz that I've prepared
You
for
know I do. Let's do it.
I know you do. You love quizzes, don't you?
I do.
Okay. Firstly, I need to find it. Here we go. Your chess quiz, Joffers, is all on, as we said, Ding also known as Ding Liren, Ding Liren. Question
Can you do
one.
a bit of a Can you do a bit of a quiz voice, a bit of a quiz presenter voice?
In 2018, Ding Liren broke what? Was it A, his girlfriend's heart? Was it B, his hip? Was it C, the world record for the most consecutive blitz wins? Was it D, the world record for the shortest interview after a World Championships candidate match? Or was it E, the nose of his opponent when he leaned forward in a losing position and accidentally headbutted him? Joffers, over to you.
I
Any
reckon
ideas,
it's a combination of A and E. I reckon he broke his girlfriend's heart by headbutting her over the board. I think it's a relationship ender right there, isn't it? But you know what? I think I actually know the answer. Is it the shortest interview? Because I've seen a compilation of Ding Liren interviews where they'll be like, "Oh, Ding Liren, like, how you doing?" And it's just like, "Thank you," and he just walks off.
Hold on, I'll just check with the quizmaster. Joe, you have chosen D, the world record for the shortest. No, it wasn't. He actually broke his hip. He broke his hip. So I threw the world record for the shortest interview in because I know that he doesn't talk much. And I threw the blitz one in because when I checked his ratings, he doesn't seem to have a blitz rating, so I don't think he plays blitz.
You sneaky bastard.
So that's 2-0 to me so far.
All right, let's do it.
Question 2. Do I have to keep up this voice, or can I just talk
I'm
in a
sorry.
normal? Oh man. Question 2. After breaking his hip, the same day he teamed with Viswanathan. How'd you say his name, Vishy? Viswanathan.
Yeah,
With
sounds good.
Viswanathan, Anand, and A, won a cook-off with his hollandaise sauce. B, took part in a tag team exhibition wrestling match against Wesley So and Richard Rapport. C, beat a team of Magnus and Fabiano Caruana in a blindfold rapid exhibition match. D, recorded a duet of the 1982 Keith Harris and Orville the Duck classic, Orville's Song. Or E, played in a five-a-side football match.
You know what? I reckon the two
Joffers,
of
over
them
to you.
tag-teamed Wesley So.
You reckon? In wrestling?
Oh, yeah, in wrestling, obviously.
In
You know,
wrestling.
I actually don't know the answer, but I'm going to go with the football one, you know, just because I have no clue.
Okay. Is Joffrey, is that your final answer?
That is my final answer.
Okay, I threw the football one in because he's a football fan, but that isn't what he did, Joffers.
This isn't what quizmasters are supposed to do. You're not supposed to be trying to trip me up, man. You're supposed to be on my side.
He won a cook-off with his hollandaise sauce in the Norway 2018 chess championships. They
Bullshit.
decided to set. It's true. Check it out. They
Really?
decided to set grandmasters like a cook-off competition where they were teamed with a professional chef and had challenges. Like I think it was in Norway, so they had to make salmon with a hollandaise sauce. He made the hollandaise sauce with Vichy. It was judged the best. Magnus was in it. He was in the cook-off. He didn't win. And then he buggered off
Said
to
he made the
hospital
sauce
to-
with Vichy. It's a weird ingredient, but I'm all for it.
Something's quite... Yeah, no, it didn't... No, anyway, he went to hospital after that, got his hip fixed, all good. What a man. Managed to
Honestly.
actually do a... He did a cook-off with a bloody broken hip. He had to withdraw from the tournament.
I mean, no shit. It's he's got a broken hip, and he's he's a bit of a enigma, isn't he? You don't realise how bloody, I don't know, how complex he is as a man. I love him. Let's keep it going now.
The more I've learnt about him today, as I've put this together, the more I like him. What a guy!
Oh.
We need to definitely get him on the show one day.
We'll do this quiz for him. Do you reckon he'd do any good?
Oh, I don't know. He might do. I think he'd do better than you on question 1 with his name. So that's 3-0, I think. Yes, it's 3-0 to Al. Next question. 2 other hobbies Ding has are football and basketball, football and crochet, football and listening to the Average Joe's Chess podcast, football and running at 6 a.m, or football and video games. Joe first, over to you.
I'm going to go with... I'm just going to go with the most surprising one. I'm going to go with football and crochet because, I don't know. He just seems to be surprising me on every single question. So I'm just going to go, football and crochet. I'm completely wrong, ain't I?
Ooh, yes, Jofers, you are completely wrong. It's actually football and basketball.
Bullshit quiz.
So I put the video games in because he was quoted as saying he doesn't like video games. They're just a waste of life, waste of time. And I put running at 6 a.m. because he actually doesn't get up till 9 or 10 a.m, he said in an interview. Have a read about Ding's day. It's a lovely day. Gets up 9 or 10, has a bit of breakfast, goes over some old matches.
Lazy prick, man. He's never going to go far in chess with that kind of attitude.
He needs to up his game, doesn't he? I have 2 more questions for you, maybe 3. 3 more questions. I'll get through them. On international trips, Ding takes with him A, his lucky porn collection, B, a jar of hollandaise sauce, C, a 25-person entourage, including a masseur and a psychic, D, a pot to cook porridge in, or E, a ukulele given to him by Israel Kamakawiyawole.
None of these can be true, but I'm going to go with his with his magic porn collection because I just like to think you have quite a funny anecdote about this, even if it's correct
his
or
lucky,
wrong. Or...
His lucky porn collection.
His lucky porn collection. Tell me more.
From my understanding, so definitely not the uke, it wasn't the masseur, it wasn't the hollandaise sauce because he can just whip that up anywhere, he knows what he's doing with that. He takes his porn everywhere, I believe, but not his lucky porn collection. It's actually D, a pot to cook porridge in. He likes to take a pot because he says he doesn't get time to eat lunch, and so he just likes to make his own porridge.
Where is he going to that doesn't provide a pot as part of the service?
And also, he's like the chess world champion. You think they'd be like comping him, everything's sending him food. But from what I read about him, he's just a guy with simple tastes. He doesn't like. He gives money to his mum, gives prize money to his family. He's just into his chess and living a nice, simple, good life.
What a lovely guy.
The the penultimate question. Ding has a degree. Do you know Ding is actually his surname?
You kidding?
No, it's his surname. Ding has a degree from Peking University. In which subject? Is it A, law, B, chess studies, C, media studies, D, baking, science and technology, or E, circus and physical theatre?
Originally, when you said B, chess studies, I thought you said chest as in like just staring at women. I was like, absolute perv. He's like, no, I promise this is part of my degree.
Can you get a degree in that, Joe? First?
I think so, you know. I think there's a degree for anything, Carl. This is time for you to go back to uni.
Take more mature students? Or?
Maybe. I think so. But are you mature? You might be mature age-wise, but in terms of mentor maturity, I think you're quite off the pace.
I'm afraid I'm going to have to rush you here, Jofers, and your answer to this question is...
I'm going to go with A.
Jofers, if you said A, you would be correct!
Hey!
Well done, Jofers, you've got one right. Did you know that actually baking science and technology...
genuinely,
and also, you're excited, aren't you? Jofers, I lost you again then, man.
Sorry, I lost you. What was you saying?
I was just saying, did you know that genuinely baking science and technology and also circus and physical theatre are degrees that are offered these days?
It's ridiculous, man. Like, who's teaching this shit?
Yeah, and yet chess studies isn't offered anywhere. I couldn't find it. You'd think
And
chess
people-
is like a lifetime of study.
Yeah. People took the piss out of me for studying media, and now I feel like a bloody genius compared to those subjects.
Yeah, exactly, man. Keep it up. And your final question, Jofers. If you are ready, are you ready, Jofers?
I'm ready. Double or nothing. Let's do it.
Let's do it. Ding Liren was named after a Confucian saying that means A. Now the man of perfect virtue, wishing to be established himself, seeks also to establish others. Wishing to be enlarged himself, he seeks also to enlarge others. Stop it, Jofers. B.
Confucius is a pervert, man.
Confucius say, B. Don't sweat the petty stuff and don't pet the sweaty stuff. C. C. Man with 5 dicks will have pants that fit like a glove. Or D. Silence is a true friend who never betrays. Or E. Chess is a sea in which a gnat may drink and an elephant may bathe. Over to you,
I love
Jofers.
I mean, the only one that seems like I'm just going to go with C about the penis fitting
Man
like
with
the-
5 dicks. A man
Yeah,
will have-
fitting
a
like a
man
glove.
with
It's a
5
classic.
dicks will have pants.
But
that feel
no,
like-
my honest answer would be D. I think I'm going to go with D.
will be what? D. Silence is a true friend who never betrays.
Yeah, I love that.
You'd be
Sounds
pleased to
very
know
good.
that I also threw that one in because we know Ding is quite a quiet guy.
Yeah.
So I threw it in on purpose just to throw you.
You
But it's
bitch.
actually A. Now the man of perfect virtue, wishing to be established himself, seeks also to establish others. Wishing to be enlarged himself, he seeks also to enlarge others. Apparently his name...
I bet that was a
is in
bastard
there
to call
somewhere.
out on the register at school.
That concludes this week's chess quiz. Well done, Jofers.
Thank you.
Whoa!
What was that?
You did-
2 out of
you did.
6?
Don't even count. I think it's 2 out of 7. I'm failing
2
you
out of
on the
7.
initial question at the start of the podcast.
Yeah, okay, that's fair enough.
And that brings us nicely on. I mean, we're coming to the end now, but it brings us on to the Chess World Cup, which is taking place, starts today actually, and
love it.
and Ding's not playing in it.
Oh, it's heartbreaking, man. Why not?
I don't know. He couldn't get his porn collection. He's
too busy with his
porridge
fucking
pot,
hollandaise
all of
sauce.
that. Yeah, he just couldn't get it all together in time, so he dropped out. He's not playing. But there's a lot of big names in there. Magnus is playing.
Big names as
although
in
he's not
Ding
playing.
Liren's Confucius name.
Exactly.
6,000 syllable long.
Exactly. But I say Magnus is playing. He's got a bye in the first round, as have many other top players. And then, are you sort of familiar with this World Cup at all, Joe? Have you followed it, looked into
Not
it?
in the slightest. No.
Nah, I mean, unusually for me, I have looked into this sort of thing, and apparently the winner, or maybe more than the winner, maybe the top few, I don't know, go on to play in the candidates. That's why it's quite important. So then they
Okay.
get a chance to play in the candidates eventually against our mate Ding in the World Chess Championship, which will
okay.
be maybe next year, I'm guessing, something like that. There's probably other ways to get in the candidates. I don't know. They haven't asked me yet, so I'm not 100% sure.
You'll be getting that call soon now, don't worry.
I think
I have
so.
every faith.
But that's something that I wanted to bring up actually, because I was looking into the qualifying criteria, not for the candidates, but for the Chess World Cup. I've got it written down here somewhere. Not going to go into all of it. It's like the Women's World Chess Champion, Junior World Champion, blah, blah, blah.
I don't
etc.,
reckon we'll
etc.
qualify for either of those, are.
There are some things I think you and me could qualify for. There's 6 spaces available. There are 4 nominees of the FIDE president and 2 nominees of the organiser.
Okay.
I mean,
So-
surely we can get in with the FIDE president or just the organiser. Somehow get in with them, get invited to the World Cup for whenever it's played next.
I imagine you just burping in the faces of like Magnus Carlsen and just, oh man. It'd be beautiful.
It would be so good. And we could also introduce that backward chess variant to them and like win a few matches.
Yeah, every time they push their queen forward, just push it back.
Yeah, no, you can't make that move.
No.
That's a blunder. So
this is amazing, man.
We've got a bit of time. Find out who the FIDE president is. Let's start by getting them on the show if we can. No, maybe that'd put them off. Let's pretend we actually know what we're on about and we're serious.
Yeah.
Send them a couple of emails. Get to know you. Show them your harnessed penis photographs that we talked about 2 episodes ago. Do what you've got to do, Jofers. Get us in there, man, please.
I reckon we get Grandad, your dad, to just make him an offer that he can't refuse. Let's go full
I think
Sicilian.
you're onto something. Oh, nice. I like it. I like the chess sort of linkage you put in there. Well done.
Yeah, thank you very much. But yeah, no, I'm excited for this. I think I might start ironing my suit or whatever chess players wear. It's or should we mix it up? Go with like a bit of a Mankini vibe, really kind of, because we're not going to be winning the chess, so we need to make the history book somehow, and I think fashion could be the way we do that.
This could be all streamed on our YouTube channel that you're putting together.
Oh, this is going to be good. Our first episode could be how I accidentally won the chess world championship.
Oh, that would be great. So I was just thinking, your brother Luca owns a Mankini, doesn't he? And he's quite happy to wear it. I don't fancy wearing a Mankini. From what you've said, unless you've had an ice bath, you're not going to bloody fit in that Mankini. So I think we get Luca to just be at the tournament, walking around in the Mankini as our official cameraman, filming us in that green Mankini.
I love that. And that brings me on to my topic of the day, Al. Which chess grandmaster would you most want to see in a Mankini?
Oh, that is a really good question. Let me have a think about that one. Which chess grandmaster? Has it got to be a grandmaster, or could it be international master, national?
Anyone chess related.
I'm going to go for maybe. I know you're going to go for Danya because you love his eyes and all of that. I'm going to go for. I'm going to go for Ben Feingold.
Oh yeah. I've never wanted to be a Mankini so much in my life.
I think Ben. I haven't seen his body recently, but I think he's probably quite hairy.
You think, what gives you that vibe? You just get that vibe from him?
I just get that vibe. I just get the vibe that Ben is a hairy GM, and he'd look good in a Mankini.
I like a hairy GM.
I'm going to say that. You put me on the spot there, but hairy GM, that could be a good.
Let's make it a recurring special on our podcast.
I'm going to turn that round.
Say that again.
No, grandmasters in Mankinis.
Yeah. I think it's going to be our unique selling point. I think grandmasters will be they'll be queuing up to come on our podcast to discuss this hot topic in chess.
I mean, I was going to say I'm going to turn that around, and then I wanted to add, I'm not turning Ben in the Mankini around. I'm turning the question around to you, and asking you who you would have in your Mankini. Not in your you know what I mean. Yeah. Go for it.
I'm not going to answer such a stupid question. Let's move on.
Yeah, it's a good point. Why the hell did I answer that? You're not going to answer? You don't want to stake your...
I was going to say Ben Feingold, if I'm honest.
Were you?
Yeah. You took the man out of my mouth, or the words out of my mouth, whatever you want to say.
Ah, okay. Yeah, stick with Ben Feingold. I like it. Anything else to add, Jofers, before we talk about what we've exceptionally loved this week?
Missed anything exceptionally loving?
Okay, we are exceptional lovers.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to add... No, not with each other. And I do... I was going to add at that point, you made it this far into the podcast. You have, Jofers. Well done.
Mm-hmm.
And you, the listener out there, you've made it this far. How about rating us on whatever you're listening on? Follow us and follow us on YouTube. No, they can't follow us on YouTube, can they? Not yet.
Subscribe. But we don't have a YouTube channel, so they can't.
You can't. But anyway, you could follow us on whatever. Leave us a review somewhere. Just, support the channel a little bit, and we will exceptionally love you as well. And I might even get Jofers to come around and do some exceptional loving with you. Mm-hmm. Maybe.
Let's do it.
So what have you exceptionally loved this week, Jofers?
So, I have been exceptionally loving Bombay Mix.
Mm-hmm.
I went to the supermarket yesterday. I was going to watch a film on the evening. I just wanted to get a snack. Crisps in bloody Morrison's. It's like £3 for a bloody big bastard bag. £3?
Really?
Whereas Bombay mix, 99 pence, you got even more value for your money. It's obviously you got the ring sting the next day, but once you kind of oversee that, like the money you save, it's still it's money in your pocket.
Spend it on toilet paper.
Exactly. It's a very what's the word?
Like price difference? Why? Why is it? I mean, there's more ingredients. More ingredients in the Bombay mix.
Yeah, Thatcher's Britain. It's bloody Brexit, or it's something political. I don't know what it is, but Bombay mix, man. Oh, it hits the spot. It's so much better as well. So shout out to our Indian fans if we have anyone who's from Bombay or.
I think we have.
Have we? Oof. There we go.
Looking at the stats, we've had listeners in India.
Oh, I love that. But yeah, generally been exceptionally loving that Bombay mix out. It was gorgeous.
Have you tried all the different varieties? There's loads of different types, not just Bombay. There's others that I can't even remember the name of. Oh.
Well, I had the Balti mix last night, and that just hit the spot, man. So good. What have you been loving now?
Okay, I've been exceptionally loving the Jofers. That was weird. I'm watching a video of you, and you suddenly you were talking out of sync like in a kung fu movie. Then I guess your camera paused, and then all of a sudden you just appeared close to the camera. Obviously, you're doing the podcast topless as usual.
Always, you got to.
It was weird. I wasn't exceptionally loving that. What I have exceptionally been loving, you know what? It's British summer when the sun comes out. And in particular, yesterday, was expecting it to rain. It hammered down in the morning. And I had tickets to go to an open-air comedy festival in the park in the afternoon at 3 p.m. Took the train there. Managed to have quite a few too many cans of cider whilst watching. But it was beautiful. I was drinking this cider in the sunshine. It was hot. It was gorgeous. And some quality comedians that just had me in stitches. It was brilliant. There was Stephen K. Amos. He was the compere. The bloke you like, Dougal, is his name? Ardal O'Hanlon.
Oh, from Father Ted.
Yeah, he was hilarious.
Nice.
Russell
I didn't even know he did stand-up. Yeah.
He's really funny. Russell Kane was there. Helen Bauer, Shaparak, Khorsandi.
Can you remember any funny jokes, any funny one-liners, anything like that?
Oh, yeah. I mean, 4 cans of cider in the sunshine on an empty stomach. I can remember every moment of it, Jofers. Can't remember anything, man. I remember I went for Wagamama afterwards, and that was nice.
Oh, lovely. What did you have?
So, yeah, I had a lot. I can't go into details here. It's embarrassing.
All the good stuff. No, you don't have to.
It came to a lot of money. I even had more cider.
You got to.
And then got the train home. It was nice. Nice walk back to the train station. Nice taxi ride home from the station when I arrived back here. It was good. It was great. And it was just that thing of the unpredictability of British summer, but it didn't let me down. Do you know what I mean? It was unpredictable. And then there I was, sat in the sun, giggling away, having a great time. So that's what I exceptionally loved this week, Jofers.
I love that. British weather and Bombay mix, the ultimate double act.
Oh, my God. Let's wrap it up.
Let's wrap it up, man. It's been lovely as always, Al.
Oh, as always, Jofers. I'll see you in 2 weeks' time.
Nice one. Catch you in a bit.
Catch you later, Jofers. Cheers, mate. Bye.